Well, it's a big week in the Signet WNBL because the Southside Flyers are taking their game against the Sydney Flames to John Cain Arena as they celebrate the GOAT of Australian basketball, Lauren Jackson, who joins us on the show this week. Hello, LJ. How are you feeling ahead of a very big weekend?
Hey, Megsy. Yeah, I'm good. Very excited. I think, this weekend obviously is it's huge for women's basketball and it's going to be a lot of fun.
So we're looking to break the record WNBL crowd of 7,100, and I know you love your WNBL history. That was the 1995 grand final in Adelaide between the Lightning and the Melbourne Tigers, which was decided in double overtime. I'm sure you watched plenty of WNBL back in 95.
What was I doing then? I was 14. I probably did actually watch it, to be honest. Look, it'd be great if we could do that. It's a big ask, but I think hopefully people come out and watch. I think it's, like I said, really exciting. And for me, it's going to be playing on the Sydney team. So it's going to be fun.
Now, you played Sydney a few weeks ago and your best friend in Rachel, who's playing for the Flames at the moment, Shelley Gorman, coaching Sydney at the moment, a former teammate of yours. So there's connections all across the league in Career Point 2.0 for you in the WNBL.
Yeah, it's true. I've got a lot of friends from around the courts from over the years, which is exciting. Having Shelley around is beautiful. I mean, she's such a beautiful human, and it's magic that I get to share these moments with everyone. And I've got a lot of family and friends coming up from Albury for it, which is great. And I don't know. It all seems a bit surreal, to be honest. It's a bit too special, really.
It's going to be a special night, as we know, on Saturday, 6:30 against the Sydney Flames at John Cain Arena. But tell us a bit about what this WNBL season has been like, because you've been a bit of a touring roadshow around the country, and it's been incredible to see the scenes after games where clubs have put a table and chair for you on the court, and the line's been huge. We've heard all about how you've been at games for, an hour plus afterwards and getting Ubers back to hotels. Have you been overwhelmed by the turnout of fans and people that are just so happy to see and meet you?
Yeah, it's been really quite amazing. I think I've sort of talked about it a little bit, but, a lot of the kids that are coming to the games, they would never have seen me play. They would have had no idea, who I am. And I'm often sort of meeting these little kids and they're like, oh, you're my favorite player. And then their mum and dad come up like, oh, we watched you. I watched you all the time growing up. And it's like, oh, my God. It's sort of spanned generations, which it really is kind of crazy. But it's special, and I think, as a kid, being able to meet my idols was really important to me, and for Harry and Lenny as well, to see that, everyone is accessible, that visibility around women's sport and sport in general, and just being able to meet your idols and see the sort of excitement that kids have when they're meeting people that they really look up to. It's so special. So for me, it's just about giving back. I didn't have the opportunity to do that when I retired. So it's been incredible, Megs. It really has.
You're one of 10 mums in the league this year, and you're very proud that Southside have the most mums on any team. And you mentioned the boys. How special has it been to have them along on this ride? They've both been on road trips with you in recent weeks, and it's been super cute seeing Harry warm up with you on the sidelines in his Jackson 25 singlet. It is a juggle, obviously, being, a mum, you're working, you're playing, the kids are in school and all that kind of stuff. But how important and, special has it been to have them with you?
Look, it's been really hard, actually. I think just because it's been hard on the kids not being able to be with me all the time, and then with the school, obviously they've been on holiday, so they've been able to travel a lot more with me and be in Melbourne and stuff. But now that they're back at school, it is harder. It's magic to have the kids at the games and, on the airplanes and traveling with us and stuff. It has been beautiful. And the Southside Flyers have really embraced all my teammates have embraced the kids, and they love having the kids around. And that's been really beautiful to see the way that they treat the boys. But yeah, look, it's hard. It's hard particularly for Lenny because he sort of really misses me, and when I'm not home, and it's definitely hard. So, but it's only a little bit longer, and then the season will be over, and then I'll be home and back in that routine again with them. So that'll be good.
It's a lifestyle that you know very well because this is how you grew up with your parents, who of course both played for Australia, and I think you're in a little bassinet in the stands at the stadium that's named after you. You grew up in stadiums, so it must be nice to now share growing up in a basketball community and around all these wonderful people with your own kids.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And I think for the kids to have that sort of to know what it feels like to be in a team environment and to be around a group of people who are coming together for a common goal, I think that's really important for kids to sort of see and be a part of. And I think it helps as well just with their, the way that they learn to work with other kids and develop, different skills and working with people and communication and things like that. So I think it's really good for them to be around the team. They love the girls, like I said before. All of the girls and Cheryl and everyone have just been so beautiful and treated them so kindly. And I'd say back in the day that I would have been the same with other people's kids, but everyone has just been so beautiful and welcoming of the boys. So
that's so nice to hear. So we learned 2 weeks ago late on a Tuesday, that you've been playing with a fractured foot, which you sustained against Perth Lynx in Perth back in round 5, and you came out about 24 hours later and had 30 points against Sydney on the road. How is the foot? And tell us how real this injury is and what kind of impact it's having on you practicing and playing, and I guess just on everyday life.
It is a break. I've broken my foot. It's a Liz fracture. I don't even know what it's called. It's I've ruptured a bit of a ligament and broken a bit of a bone. Thought it was arthritis initially, and that's why I was playing on it for a while before we found it in scans. And then it was one of those things where if I play, this was my new normal, and I had to sort of get through it. And that's what my thought process was initially. And then, obviously a couple of weeks ago, I found out it was broken. So, and then I was kind of like, oh, thank God for that. The pain is real. It is, but at least I knew that I could play on it, so I'm just going to try and get through as best I can. And, I have good days and I have a lot of very bad days at the moment with it, but it's like I've been playing on it, so I've just got to try and get through it as best I can.
And like you said, it was a bit of a relief when you found out it was broken because you knew you weren't sort of imagining the pain, but you played with so much pain and injuries during, career 1.0. So that's not an unfamiliar feeling for you.
Oh, this is different. It definitely feels a little bit, it's painful. I'm definitely feeling it every step I take. I mean, even just in days like today, walking around, going to the gym and things like that, it's just, oh my God. I think anyone that's sort of dealt with pain knows that it is quite tiring and it is quite draining emotionally, but I'm with the team and I really want to help them win, and I'm going to do whatever I can to stay on the court, until the end of the season, and then I'll deal with it after that. There's not much I can do about it now. So you just got to suck it up, and I'll do it. I'm just doing what I can do,
A big crop of young talent around the league. Izzy Borlase is doing amazingly at Adelaide. We've got Shanice Swain and Jade Melbourne at Canberra, to name a couple. You must be so pumped by the calibre of young talent that's coming through.
Yeah, for real. I think particularly in the guards, that sort of 1, 2, 3 spot, we've got just some great young talent coming through. And, Jade Melbourne, I think she's going to be leading the Opals for a long, long time, when it's her time to come into the team and everything. And I've said, I couldn't express how excited I am about her last year. Just training with her with the national and everything, it was so great to watch. And her passion for the game and her IQ and her smarts, she's just, the whole package. Nards, Shanice Swain, Dallas when she comes back in. I think there's the guards positions are in a great lot. I think in terms of our bigs, I haven't really seen much of them, but I hear there's some good kids coming through, which is exciting. And hopefully I get to work with them a little bit. I think that being able to sort of help develop them and give them the skills and I guess some of the basketball sort of insights that I would have, I think that would be really helpful and beneficial.
No one better to help them with that. And speaking of imparting knowledge, how is your other baby going, She Hoops? That keeps you very busy. It is your baby girl that you've finally got after 2 boys, but it's going great guns at the moment.
It is. She Hoops is so exciting. I think in terms of what it can do and the potential that it has in the future to really bring the basketball community together, it's really exciting. We're doing some great things at the moment. Obviously masterclass with Madgen. So Tess has been running these camps for kids, which have, taken off. We're putting together a little, I'm not going to talk too much about this one, but we're doing some work with Dallas, which you're going to be involved with, which I'm really excited about. But I'll leave it at that. But there's other stuff as well that's sort of coming up. And we are updating the, which is exciting, and we'll relaunch the platform in March. So it's a bit more user-friendly, better accessibility and visibility and stuff. So there's a lot of great things happening with She, and it's a great platform and a great place to sort of get all the information you need, resources, hear from great people in the sport, people that have done great things from all over the world. It's a great place.
Let's finish off with Saturday, of course. We're celebrating you at John Cain Arena and gunning for that record WNBL crowd. But at the end of the day, it's another must-win for Southside heading into the run home of the WNBL season, because it is a crazy finish. Every win is so important. And Sydney have had a really good month of basketball throughout January, so it's another huge game for the Flyers.
It's a massive game. I don't know if you've seen the ladder, but there's literally one game between top spot and 5th spot. So every single game is so critical for all of us at the moment. And it's funny because people have been like, oh, you should just take a game off. And I'm like, have you seen the ladder?
Right.
Have you seen
the difference between a home final?
It is, or even dropping to 5th place and missing out on the finals altogether. It's so stressful right now. And I don't think I've been in the league when the top 5 have been this close, in the run home. So, we as Southside, look, we want to win it, obviously, but we haven't played our best basketball in the last couple of weeks by any means. So, and Sydney, they've been getting, thank you, Dal, appreciate you, a couple of very big games that they could have quite easily got. So they're a dangerous team for us to come up against. And yeah, I think it's going to be a real battle. It's going to be a real battle, a great game to come and watch and support. But hopefully we have, half of Melbourne there supporting us. That would be fantastic. Get the crowds on. But yeah, look, it's massive. These next sort of 5 weeks are going to be huge. And what a time to be a part of the WNBL. It's crazy.
And it's pretty scary that the Flyers haven't played their best in the last few weeks, but have still won all of those games. So watch out. It was a few heart stoppers in there, but good luck to your opponents when you do hit your best. Loz, it's been so good chatting today. Thank you for your time amongst a very busy week. We can't wait to celebrate you and women's basketball on Saturday night at John Cain Arena. Enjoy the rest of your week, and hopefully you can lap it all up on Saturday night against the Flames.
Thank you, Dal. Appreciate you.